her contention was that your book, Remains to be Seen, was in fact not a fiction, but was autobiographical. And that furthermore, there had been several unsolved homicide cases in the Los Angeles area, and that aspects of many of those cases found their way into your book, and further, that no one situation, if you will, was described in total, but it was, your book became a visible composite of several unsolved crimes wherein no one but the perpetrator would have such understanding of the details of the crimes. Now, I can point out to our viewers that your case has been dropped for lack of evidence. The district attorney decided not to go ahead with any kind of follow-up to this arrest.
Yeah, I've been cleared of all that, and yet I'm still having to explain it.
Well, perhaps this is an opportunity, since there has been some commotion about it, for us to hear from you your perspective on all of this, or your response to her allegations.
Well, the crimes were very well publicized, so it didn't take a whole lot of imagination.
Well, I'll take issue, Cauthen, on that one point, if I may. These particular crimes were not very well publicized at all. In fact, the only reason Jean Connor states for having come across them was that her work in computers, and she was being a bad girl and delving into homicide matters, even though she was out of homicide, I guess, as a pastime, and sort of was playing with a computer and came up with a few things. So they weren't really common knowledge. At best, they may have appeared in a third-page, 3-line issue in the LA Times somewhere.
So there we are. All you have to do is form something. I use those as a basis, as a focal point, and with a little imagination or lack of imagination, you can form something out of those. Those particular murders were, go back at the beginning, we mentioned a central character, and so I built my little play, my little scenario around this character in the midst of these murders.
All right, so you do acknowledge that these murders were inspirational, if you will? I mean, this isn't something that's a coincidence, or?
Inspirational? Well, sure, you write a story, you're inspired to do something. So.
Right. Well, I hadn't read that before. There's something, now, these murders took place, the real murders, if you will, took place over a 2 to 3 year period in Los Angeles. Can you give us a sense of, again, your past is somewhat of a mystery, in that you say you were certain places, but what you were doing there, or how you survived, or what your activities were, aren't very clear. Is there anything that you could tell us about your past that would give us an understanding of you and how this novel came to be?
I would spend a lot of time in the Middle East. I was there. I traveled in Africa, and I was there also. Each place, there you are. I don't know how my past ties into this. I'm here right now talking with you as we're doing that. Same thing, any place I've been, I've used that as a means of gaining experience and knowledge.
All right. So your contention, what you would tell us today then is that Remains to be Seen is entirely a work of fiction, of your manufacture.
It's fiction. It's a story.
All right. Can we expect any more fiction from Cauthen Williams in the near future?
We'll see. We will see.
Cauthen Williams, author of Remains to be Seen. Thank you.
Thank you.